Okay, we are live. Welcome to Defying Discomfort, Champions of CP. My name is Matt Rich, and tonight it is my mission to give you guys, I have 0 viewers as of yet, but to give you guys an idea on how to deal with pain, um, how to deal with pain as you age with cerebral palsy. I have been somewhat the subject of this the last couple of months, so I kind of have an idea of some things maybe you should try, even if you don't have CP, to lessen the pain that you do have so you can feel more comfortable as the days go by. I first want to start out by talking about having cerebral palsy, being probably around the age of 30, maybe early 30s, mid 30s, and up into your 40s. You have what's called premature aging. And for adults with CP, or not for adults, excuse me, for individuals with CP, we don't have energy reserves like other like able-bodied people do. We don't have, as we age, we don't have the energy reserves to actually keep going all day long. We don't have the energy reserves that maybe somebody in their 60s or 70s do to just complete daily tasks anymore. It's a lot harder for us to get things done. But I've discovered with the practices of yoga and deep breathing that there's a way to kind of slow down that process in a way where you can make your daily life a little bit easier. The first thing I think you should develop is a pain scale. On a scale of 1 to 10, try to justify when you're feeling pain, what your pain level is actually at. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest, 5 being somewhere in the middle. And my point for that is once you justify what your pain scale is or what your pain level is for the day, you'll know exactly how much activity your body can physically take on for the day, because you still need to get up and move as much as you can, even if you're just in a seated position. You need to move often. It's actually better to move if you have any type of pain to help relieve it, unless, I mean, it hurts so bad that you physically cannot move. But you should try. And the best way to get started by doing that is to develop a pain scale. Like I said, a scale of 1 to 10, where you know every day, let's say your pain level is only a 2, but the next day it's a 7. And you know that at a 7, you may have to lay in bed for the rest of the day, or even at a 10, you may have to lay in bed for 2 days until the pain goes away. It's important to have a scale of that magnitude so you can understand what your pain level is and how much you can do in a daily day to kind of still function as a human being. And the next thing is try to limit medications. And if you're on medications, and I don't mean like doctor prescribed ones. If you're on those, obviously you're in a lot of pain and you're dealing with a lot of discomfort. And if you're on prescribed medications, take them when you need to take them. But what I mean by limiting medications is limiting the use of ibuprofen. There was a time where back in July, I could barely walk on my own 2 feet. I could barely move. I could barely get up. It was very difficult for me to even maintain my balance. Pain was hurting so bad. And there were a few days at a time where I was taking ibuprofen, and not on an addictive level, but you definitely don't want to become addicted to them or dependent on them. Limit the amount, and that's where the pain scale comes in. Again, that's where the pain scale comes in. So That pain scale of 1 to 10 is very important, and it's important to figure out what your pain level is. That way, if you need to take a pain medication, you can. If you don't, that's fine too. I will be taking some questions tonight. You can text those questions to me, or by sending them to this number. It's 856-244-1088. Again, that's 856-244-1088. You can text me your questions there. If you have if you actually have my personal cell phone number and you feel like you want to text me, just let me know how I'm doing on this end of the world. You can do that. That's fine. I have my phone right here, so I can read any questions and take a look at them and answer them if possible. Don't quit, people. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Just because you're having some pain doesn't mean that you should just lay down and the world's not over. The day's not over. Take on the day the best that you can. Don't give up. I know, believe me, I know firsthand that pain can be physical, and mental pain can be a draining thing on the brain. It can be a draining thing on the body. But don't quit on what you're doing. Just don't give up. Keep getting up. Keep moving. Keep going after. Set new goals for yourself. Even though you're dealing with some pain, you're dealing with some discomfort. Set new goals for yourself. Even if you have to go back and rehash older goals that you once had, that you've now achieved, that you can no longer achieve due to the pain. Rehash some old goals or set new ones. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on life. It is not over. Trust me. Excuse me for 1 second. That put a smile on my face. So don't quit, and just keep your head up, keep your eyes bright, put a smile on your face, sing a song or two. If you're happy and clap your hands. Nah, just kidding. But no, seriously, don't quit. And try the best you can to enjoy life. Really. Put in the work, and this means to work hard, to give yourself the opportunity to, even though you're dealing with the pain, to work hard still, to exercise maybe twice, 2 times a day, 3 times a day, if you have to. And I'm not talking about heavy exercise. I'm going to show you in a few just what I mean when I say exercise. It may actually help you, deal with pain a little bit better and increase your quality of life, which is always a good thing. Work hard, and put in the work, and make sure you exercise. It's important. Even though you may be dealing with the pain, it's very important to still exercise. Let's see. Breathing exercises. Now this is where it's going to get fun. Don't make fun of me. But if you want to practice breathing through your nose and slowly taking in a deep breath, you'll actually feel your body relax. And then you want to exhale that breath through your nose. Slowly, and you want to pull your belly button. Imagine that you're pulling your belly button in towards your back. If you take a few seconds each day and just breathe deep, it actually relaxes your body, improves your circulation, which is good. It improves your circulation. It relaxes your body. It gets more oxygen into your system, which is so important for individuals who have CP. It's important for everybody. Oxygen is literally the breath of life, people. The more oxygen we can get into our system, the better, because our muscles perform better. The transference of nutrients throughout the body is better, which means our muscles react better. We actually relax, so our bodies aren't so tight. Now, this is where yoga comes in. Yoga can be, I've been practicing yoga now for almost 2 months, and When I say put in the work, this is what I meant. I actually practice my yoga up to 4 times a day. I used to do push-ups, sit-ups, and squats 4 and 5 times a day. Now I only do those twice. But I practice yoga up to 4 times a day. And what that does is it helps me limber up, helps my body become more limber. My legs, all my extremities, my arms, my neck. One thing you can do while sitting down is just, again, breathing deep through the nose, extending the neck, and then when you exhale, you bring the neck down towards the chest, and you just keep, and you could do that a couple times a day. There are stretches you can do for your arms, like this one, but while you're doing them, don't hold your breath like this. Don't hold your breath. Make sure you breathe. For your shoulders, it'll help you relax. It'll help you feel better. And you may find that you can actually get up and move a little bit more often. I'm definitely digging the text messages and the comments that I'm getting tonight. People are telling me that I'm doing a great job, which is awesome. Just check the time here. So we have breathing exercises. We covered yoga. Awesome. If there's any questions you guys have so far, feel free to ask me again. You can send a text message to 856-244-1088. That's 856-244-1088. I'm going to talk about what I think are probably the two most important topics of this particular chat. Stretching. I've recently found out over the last couple months, as I said earlier, in July, my legs pretty much shut down. I was having a lot of pain, and I needed to stretch more often. And one thing that we often do as children who have CP is we have what's called physical therapy. And we often stretch in these, I wouldn't say it's an hour session of stretching, but it's an hour session of PT, physical therapy is what they call it. And during this time, you may do up to 15, maybe 20 minutes of stretching, whether it be your shoulders, whether it be your, most of the time, for me, it was my ankles, my abductors, and my hamstrings. So what happened there was, and the physical therapist would always say, when you go home, make sure you practice. Make sure you practice with your parents. Make sure you practice this, practice that. But what I really don't remember, I can't recall, is ever sitting down with a PT and having them discuss with me the fact that stretching would be extremely, extremely important as I got older. Meaning, as I reached the age of probably 25 to 30 and beyond. I don't think it was ever truly discussed with me in great detail how important stretching would really be. It's never really hammered home. And not that that's anybody's fault, but from the age of probably 3 to about 21, if you have CPA, you're able to see, you have insurance coverage that will possibly cover seeing an orthopedic doctor. But by the age of 21, that's pretty much goes away. And, not that kids aren't great. And Not that it's great. Not that it's not great to take care of kids. It's great to take care of kids, but one thing that often doesn't get discussed as adults with CP is that adults with CP tend to be a little bit forgotten about. As far as some of us don't have the opportunity to get PT anymore when we hit an adult age. Some of us don't even have the opportunity to see an orthopedic doctor, which is very important. So if you're able to stretch with a friend or even with a coworker, with a friend who might be with a friend or family member who might be a nurse or a PT or whatever, if you're able to remember any stretches that you may remember from being a kid, you should stretch. It's very important. By limbering up and by stretching your muscles, you're actually going to be able to move better during the day and function better as an adult. I noticed that as soon as I started talking about stretching, my viewers went from like 5 to 3. So I wonder if some people turned it off because they didn't want to hear what I had to say. But that goes back to work hard. It really does. You have to put in the work. You should try to stretch nightly if you can, and make it so. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Try to stretch nightly and make it so that it becomes a daily activity that you really want to do, to be able to put it into practice. Um, One of my favorite stretches to do is actually sitting up against a couch or a wall and just having my legs out in front of me. I'm extending them right now, even though you can't see it. Having my legs out in front of me and trying to stretch them and relax them as much as I can. And as you do this, again, you breathe through your nose and then out of your nose, nice and slow, working on pulling your belly button in towards your back. What that's also going to do is help strengthen your core over time. You'll notice that your core improves. Your core is anything that has to do, I believe it's from your nipples. Actually, believe it or not, from your nipples down is your core. And if you strengthen your core, you're going to be better off balance wise and things like that. So it's important to stretch. It's important to, if you can find somebody to help you stretch, make sure you make it part of your daily routine and try to do it at least 6 days a week. It's a very important thing. There was one more thing. If there's something that you want to do, be it a positive thing, just make sure you ask. Just put it out there. Put it out there into the universe and ask for it. If there's something that somewhere that you want to go, I know this is a little off topic, but this has to do more with just getting out and just getting out into the public eye, and just if there's something that you find enjoyable to do that. I like to sing, and I also find that going back to working out, singing and talking, speaking, have actually helped me relax my vocal cords and become more efficient at being a speaker and talking to people in public and things like that. There's something I left off here. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think talked about energy reserves, breathing exercises. Let me go back to this. Don't quit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on life, and just keep going. Please. Because you, not me, but you yes, me and you, can be a voice for 17 million people who have cerebral palsy, for many other people who are dealing with pain. You know what you can do? You can share your story and tell people about how you've overcome certain things. You can be an inspiration to that person just by opening your mouth, sharing a story, writing a letter, writing a book, even. I know a few people who've written books who've actually been quite successful. Um, Again, don't quit. Make sure you have fun. Make sure that you get up every day and you say, actually use the words. Today is going to be a great day. Today I'm going to smile often. Today my eyes are going to be bright. If you put more positive things out there, I think this is what I was trying to say earlier. If you put more positive thoughts out there and think more positively, you're actually going to have better days, even when you have days where you're dealing with joint pain. It's interesting how when I wake up almost every morning now, and for the last 2 weeks, I've been saying out loud that today is going to be a great day. I've been praying, talking to God, and saying that today is going to be a great day. Even if it's a rainy day, Saturday, and snowy day like it was today. Today was a great day. Today I got a chance to go out to the store, pick up some items, stop at Barnes and Noble, have myself a hot chocolate, and I actually shook hands with somebody who remembered me from a speaking engagement about 2 years ago, and there's a possibility that there may be one this year because of the interaction that I had with that certain individual today. So get out in public, use your words, use your voice if you have one. If you have to speak up for somebody who has CP who can't, for an older adult who can't speak up for that person. Try your best to share your story and inspire others, because uh, by doing so, you are spreading light in the world and making the world a more joyful place. um, well, I'll take questions if you guys have questions. Again, you can text me at 856-244-1088. Again, that's 856-244-1088. You can even message me on Facebook if you'd like, if you have my Facebook, or you can text my phone if you have my actual phone number. Um, I think this is pretty much going over well. It's about 15 minutes shorter than I wanted it to be because the time that I had set for it, I thought that it was going to take more time for me to talk about what I had to talk about, but it turns out that I might be able to end this sooner than I thought, which is fine too. Um, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I really do. Again, keep your head up, be a light to the world. Ask for what you want and be positive about it. Be confident in who you are and don't ever give up. And if you're having pain, once again, let me go back to my first point of develop that pain scale. Give yourself that 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. If you develop that pain scale, you'll know that you'll actually know, okay, I can handle today, even though my pain level's at 2, I can still get up and do some exercises. I can still move. If you would like, if there are any future topics that you guys think I should cover as far as concerns of cerebral palsy, comment them below and once this video goes up. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch tonight. Thank you very much, and I will be seeing you again soon.